Hello, my friends. How are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 9th of January, 2021. We've got the moon moving into the early degrees of Sagittarius. Our emotional needs, wanting to expand, wanting to feel joy, wanting to be blissful, wanting to learn. Expanding our minds, expanding our hearts, expanding our arms, expanding our love, feeling all the good feels in the world, right? Learning. Okay, there's nothing stopping us from learning. The moon is going to create a sextile to Mercury, which is freshly in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, Mercury saying this is about technology, this is about communication, this is communicating with the community. Okay, and using technology to communicate with other people. And there's nothing stopping us. We don't have to physically jump on a plane and go to India to learn from Sadhguru, or go to Tibet to learn from the Dalai Lama, or to the Dalai Lama. It's like we can learn this stuff. We can expand our minds, which expands our hearts and our being of our daily life, sun there in Capricorn, by the use of technology, right? We can use this technology to learn, to expand. Okay, so we have Mercury about to conjunct Saturn as well at 2 degrees. Okay, and Mercury saying, I'm thinking about technology, I'm thinking about the future. Saturn saying, I'm making new laws. Jupiter saying, I want to expand, I want to create more of this. And where is the ruling planet of Aquarius? Of course, that would be Uranus down there in Taurus, changing the tradition, changing the old and creating something new. Okay, and Mars, of course, is conjunct Uranus as well. Within the conjunction, it's not exact today, but it's the foot on the accelerator saying, yes, Uranus, let's go. Let's create this new technology. Let's bring new technology into old tradition. Let's change things. Let's turn things on its side. That's what Uranus does, right? It's the weird sideways moving planet. And I know I talk about crypto, and maybe this is a day we learn about crypto, as we have the moon sextile over there to, not that I'm promoting and pushing some sort of financial thing, but it's like what the freedom that we get. And I know we talked here, one of my friends, we talked about this, and it's like we don't have the change to put under, the kids when they get the tooth fairy, it's like carry a little quarter under your pillow. We'll find a way to barter. We always have, and we always will. We'll trade art for something. We'll trade berries for apples. We'll trade, jewelry for whatever. Humanity will find a way to trade, okay? And what sounds scary about the whole crypto thing right now and not having physical dollar bills, well, eventually we're going to see the beauty in this, okay? And we're going to say, why didn't we switch over to this earlier? Okay, by decentralizing money is going to open up a whole new possibilities in this world, okay? Don't want to get too hung up on that, but it's a very real thing. It's very real coming into our world. And since we have these sextiles happening today and all this energy, it might be a good time to start looking into some of that information. Further, really what I want to talk about is the Mercury-Saturn conjunction happening at 2 degrees. Okay, this is AWOL. Okay. There we go. Right around, 10:30, 10 to 11 p.m. right there. Mercury conjunct Saturn, Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And still, the moon still within, so we got a little septile going there. You know what I mean? This is that fate and destined energy. We're expanding our emotional bodies by learning about technology, by learning about the possibilities of what's out there. Now, this degree right here, 2 degrees of Aquarius, is about desertion. Okay, deserting. It's about not identifying with the culture that is around us. Okay, remember that Aquarius is the community sign. Okay, so Aquarius means this is everybody out here. Everybody. Nobody's discluded. Okay, and it's also the, Uranus is the eureka. Okay, it's the lightning striking. It's the aha. There's something going on. There's that calling. There's that waking moment, the great awakener. Okay, and this kind of energy is saying that there's some sort of a spark or conceptually saying, looking around us, that we do not identify with the culture that currently exists. We do not identify with the leaders, nor do we identify with the patrons, the people that fall under this leadership. Okay, so we ourselves, in a sense, go AWOL because we do not identify with anybody. Okay, or the standards. Okay, which is important because Uranus is down there in traditional standard Taurus. Okay, so it's like we don't identify with the standards. We don't identify with what people are at these days. And we need to do something different. And even if we're breaking protocol, okay, we have to, North Node in Gemini, we have to go our own way and make sense for ourselves. Okay. So this is, even if I don't identify with the leaders and I don't identify with the people, okay, we can create our own community. We can create our own concept of living. We can create our own barter system. We can create our own. Okay, that's the beauty of this. And when we find ourselves in a place of desertion where we're going AWOL, where we're no longer a part of the system that is because we don't identify with it. We don't feel that, and I know, my friends, a lot of you on here, we're all in that same category. Like, we can look around us and like, why are people acting like this? Why are people, it's all the necessary step in the equation, but this is where we're at. We're saying, okay, I need to sever ties. I need to cut something off here, or cut loose, or cut myself loose to go on my own path, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. And by doing so, by like losing ourselves in the jungle or the woods, we find the same people here that are doing the same things that we're doing, that we do have similar commonalities with, that we do share similar beliefs with, that we do share similar ideologies with, right? So it's like, if we're, now I'm not suggesting that everyone just give up on society or humanity or tell their boss to, later buddy, and quit their jobs or anything, but it's the energy. So there's can be a simple breaking away of something. Okay, and that realization that it's time to make moves, that it's time to, and it's almost like stepping up, it's a conjunction of Friday, emulating the teacher and becoming the teacher, and standing on our own and having something to teach and something to live for and to lead, and it's just like, if we don't identify with these leaders, which I don't, and I don't think a lot of people do, this is kids' game. This is kids stuff, and like bad mouthing each other and like negative ad campaigns. Instead of promoting myself and the positive things I want to change, we just slander the opponent to make them look bad. It's like, that's that's elementary school. That's weak, weak ego stuff, immature, right? We don't identify with it. So now it's time for us, for those who don't identify, to step up, to be the leaders, right? It's a firm belief of mine that sometimes the villains need to exist in order for the heroes to find themselves. Okay, it's like tapping into that little part of the self that we don't know that we're a hero until the villain exists. David didn't know he was a hero until Goliath just kept coming. Right? So this is us finding our own David. This is us finding our own leadership. This is us finding our strength. And it's us emotionally expanding, us learning whatever it is that we need to learn to step up into that bigger place in life, to be a bigger part of the community, to come forward with new laws, new concepts, new ideas, and ways that we can work together, because we're all going through a very interesting time in this life that, again, no one in previous has experienced. Even if we look back, even if there's people that did, there are people that survived the Depression that are still around right now. And still times are very different yet, even from then. The foods that we eat, the technologies that we're using, it's different, right? So this is our own unique time that we have to deal with this. And it's time for us to be our own unique leaders and stepping up and creating the life that we're trying to go after. Even if we don't identify with what society is doing. We don't have to be mad at society. We don't have to, raise our fists at them. We can just simply walk away of whatever we need to walk away from. And furthermore, more importantly, it's not about walking away, it's about walking to what we're walking toward. who we're walking toward, the life we're walking toward, the community that we're trying to build, the infrastructure that we're trying to build, the business we're trying to build, the country we're trying to build. Note too that we are, very to be noted that we are in a Pluto return here in the United States. Our country is in for a complete transformation and upheaval. So this is all necessary steps, okay? So whatever you're walking away from, whatever you're walking toward, my friends, have the happiest of Saturdays. As always, I love you. I wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow.